What's up, everybody? This is Read the Bible with me, Stan Jr., and today we're looking at the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1. Now, before we get started, I want to thank all of my new people that are here today. If you're new here, click subscribe on this video and let somebody know that you are now part of a Bible reading club. And those of you that are Bible Reading Club members, go ahead and click like on this video and leave a comment below. I love to read your comments, and it also helps other people see this video. And so we're talking about Deuteronomy today, and I just want to read a little synopsis because it's our first chapter. It says Deuteronomy, which means the second law, is a retelling by Moses of the teachings and the events of Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers. It includes an extended review of the Ten Commandments and Moses' farewell address to a new generation of Israelites as they stand ready to take possession of the promised land. Moses reminds them of God's faithfulness and love, but also of God's wrath on the previous generation of the Israelites because of their rebellion. Repeatedly, he charges Israel to keep the law. Deuteronomy is a solemn call to love and obey the one true God, and there are blessings for faithfulness and curses for unfaithfulness. The book closes with the selection of Joshua as Israel's new leader and the death of Moses. And so as we look here today, let's read chapter 1, verse 1 of the book of Deuteronomy. It says, "These are the words that Moses spoke to all Israel beyond the Jordan in the wilderness, in the Abrah opposite Suf, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazeroth and Dizahab. It is 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir to Kadesh Barnea. In the 40th year, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses spoke to the people of Israel according to all that the Lord had given him in commandment to them. After he had defeated Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, who lived in Ashtaroth, and in Idri, beyond the Jordan in the land of Moab. Moses undertook to explain this law, saying, 'The Lord our God said to us in Horeb, you have stayed long enough at this mountain. Turn and take your journey, and go into the hill country and of the Amorites, and to all their neighbors and Arabah, in the hill country and in the lowland, and in Negeb and by the seacoast, and the land of the Canaanites and Lebanon, as far as the great river, the river Euphrates. See, I have set the land before you. Go in and take possession of the land, and that the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them and their offspring after them. At that time I said to you, I am not able to bear you by myself. The Lord your God has multiplied you, and behold, you are today as numerous as the stars of heaven. May the Lord of the God of your fathers make you 1,000 times as many as you are, and bless you. And he has promised you. How can I bear by myself the weight and burden of you and your strife? Choose for your tribes wise, understanding, and experienced men, and I will appoint them as your heads. And you answered me, the thing that you have spoken is good for us to do. So I took the heads of your tribes and wise and experienced men and set them as heads over you, commanders of thousands, commanders of hundreds, commanders of fifties, commanders of tens, and officers throughout your tribes. And I charge your judges at that time, hear the cases between your brothers, and judge righteously between a man and his brother, or the alien who is with him. And that alien word there is for immigrant or sojourner. You shall not be partial in judgment. You shall hear the small and the great alike. You shall not be intimidated by anyone, for the judgment is God's, and the case that is too hard for you, you shall bring to me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time all the things that you should do. Then we set out from Horeb and went through all that great and terrifying wilderness that you saw, on the way to the hill country of the Amorites, as the Lord your God commanded us, and we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said to you, you have come to the hill country of the Amorites, which the Lord our God is giving us. See, the Lord your God has set the land before you. Go up, take possession, as the Lord and the God of your fathers has told you. Do not fear or be dismayed. Then all of you came near me and said, let us send men before us, that they may explore the land for us and bring us word again of the way by which we must go up, and the cities into which we shall come. The thing seemed good to me. And I took 12 men from you, one man from each tribe, and they turned and went up into the hill country, and came to the valley of Eshcol, and spied it out. And they took in their hands some of the fruit of the land, and brought it down to us, and brought us word again, and said, it is good, it is a good land, that the Lord our God is giving us. Yet you would not go up, but rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. And you murmured in your tents and said, because the Lord hated us, he has brought us out of the land of Egypt to give us into the hands of the Amorites, to destroy us. Where are we going up? Our brothers have made our hearts melt, saying, the people are greater and taller than we. The cities are great and fortified up to heaven. And besides, we have seen the sons of Anakim there. And then I said to you, do not be in dread or afraid of them. The Lord your God, who goes before you, will himself fight for you, just as he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. And in the wilderness, where you have seen how the Lord your God carried you, as a man carries his son, all the way that you went until you came to this place. So what Moses is doing right now is recounting everything that they've been through, because they're about to go in the land and take it over. So he's saying, do not fear, because you can see what God has done for you in the past. And he even says it really clearly here. He says, God has carried you as a man carries his son all the way that you went until you came to this place. It wasn't you that defeated the Amorites. It wasn't you that defeated the false prophet Balaam. It wasn't you that defeated the Moabites, the king Balak of the Moabites. It wasn't you that did that. It wasn't you that opened the Red Sea. It wasn't you that escaped out of Egypt. It wasn't you. It was God the entire time. So what makes you fear going forward? And so I think a really nice homework from this lesson today is that you should take a minute and write down from when you were a kid what God did for you, when you were a teenager what God did for you, when you became a young adult, when you went to college, or when you had your first job, what God did for you, when you bought your first car. Or count all the major events of your life, when you got married, when all the major events of your life. You recount how God brought those things to pass, because that writing, that little note section in your phone, you can whip out your phone and do it after you watch this video. That is going to help you in the future to, whenever you come against a new obstacle, you're saying, well, look what God has already done for me. I can believe God for the future. And that's what Moses was doing here. He says, who went before you? God went before you in the way to seek you out a place to pitch your tents, in fire by night and in a cloud by day, to show you by what you should go. And the Lord heard your words and was angered, and he swore, not one of these men of these evil generation shall see the good land that I swore I would give to your fathers, except Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. He shall see it, and to him and to his children I will give the land on which he has trodden, but because he has wholly followed the Lord. Even when me and the Lord was angry, even with me the Lord was angry on your account, and said, you also shall not go in there. Joshua the son of Nun, who stands before you, he shall enter. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit it. And as for your little ones, who you said would become a prey, you and your children, who today have no knowledge of good or evil, they shall go in there, and to them then I will give it, and they shall possess it. But as for you, turn and journey into the wilderness in the direction of the Red Sea. Then you answered me, we have sinned against the Lord. We ourselves will go up and fight, just as the Lord our God commanded us. And every one of you fastened on his weapons of war and thought it was easy to go up into the hill country. And the Lord said to me, say to them, do not go up for a fight, or for I am not in your midst, lest you be defeated before your enemies. So I spoke to you, and you would not listen, but you rebelled against the command of the Lord, and the presumptuously went up into the hill country. Then the Amorites who lived in that hill country came out against you and chased you as bees do, and beat you down in Seir as far as Homar. And you returned and wept before the Lord, but the Lord did not listen to your voice or give ear to you. So you remained at Kadesh many days, the days that you remained there. And so I'm so glad that we've now finished Deuteronomy chapter 1. And the next time I see you, we'll be reading chapter 2. Thank you for your support. If you're a Bible Club member, thank you for supporting with $10 a month. If you don't support and you would like to, click the link below and you'll be able to do that and become a patron and support this ministry with your donation of $10. And so, till next time, God bless you. I'll see you. Peace.